Hi, so today we're going to talk about logging on and executing commands on remote computers using SSH or Secure Shell. So to start, I have opened up a terminal and I'm in a directory on my local computer entitled Software Carpentry. If I list the contents of this directory, I get one file titled This is a local file. To log on to a remote computer using SSH, the syntax is SSH, my username on the remote computer at the host name, the remote host name. So one thing to note here is that my username on the remote computer is the same as my username on my local computer. So in this case, I could have just typed SSH and the remote host name and it would have worked just fine. So the first time you log in to a remote computer, it's going to give you this warning, just telling you that it hasn't detected that you've logged into this remote host in the past. So you type yes, and it tells you that it's added this host to a list of known hosts, and it won't ask that question again. I type in my password for the remote computer, and I'm in. So now any command that I execute will not be executed on my local shell session, but will be executed remotely. So here I also have a directory entitled Software Carpentry on my remote computer. And if I list the contents of this directory, I'm now listing the contents of the directory on my remote computer, and I get one file entitled This is a remote file. So now if I want to exit this session, I can just type exit and I return back to where I started on my local computer. So sometimes it's nice to be able to actually copy files securely between your local and remote computer. And so to do this, we'll use something called SCP or secure copy. And so the syntax for this is very similar to both SSH and CP or copy. It's just SCP, your username on the computer that you want to transfer the file from, and the host name that you want to transfer the file from. A colon, the file you want to transfer, and the location on the local machine in which you'd like to transfer the file to. If you would like to transfer a file between two remote machines, you can do that as well by doing secure copy. And instead of just telling it to where on your local machine to copy it to, you give it another username and host name for the other machine. So in this case, I just want to copy the remote file from my remote machine to my current directory. Now it's going to ask me my password for my remote machine, and then it's going to copy the file. And here it will give me an update as to the status of the copy, which this file is extremely tiny, and so it's 100% complete. So now if I list the contents of the Software Carpentry directory on my local machine, I get not only the original file that was there, but the file that I just securely transferred to my local machine.